"We wish Vanessa were our only child," Dad said at dinner. I smiled. "As you wish, Dad." 6 months later, their empire crumbled without me. I'm Lauren, 34, and until that night at the upscale Chicago steakhouse, I thought I'd witnessed every possible variation of my family's favoritism. Growing up, my sister Vanessa got the spotlight while I lived in the shadows. She got debate trophies, standing ovations, a brand new Jeep at 17. Me, I got a bus pass and maybe next year. When I won the regional math competition, my parents missed it because Vanessa had a dance recital. That pretty much sums up my childhood. I learned early that my achievements didn't matter. Made honor roll every semester. Dad would grunt and go back to his newspaper. Got accepted to college on scholarship. Mom said, "That's nice." Then spent an hour bragging about Vanessa making varsity cheerleading. Fast forward to now. My parents own a small retail chain in Chicago. 3 locations barely staying afloat. For the past 4 years, I've been sending them $600 every month from my salary as a finance manager. That's almost $30,000 of my own money. But it wasn't just cash. I spent hundreds of hours analyzing their books, fixing their inventory system, renegotiating with suppliers, and handling tax problems they'd ignored until the IRS sent threatening letters. All completely free, all completely unappreciated. Meanwhile, Vanessa would breeze in with vague marketing ideas she'd seen on Instagram. What if we did a spring sale? Basic stuff anyone could suggest. But Mom and Dad acted like she'd discovered fire. Every family dinner became a celebration of Vanessa's retail genius, her innovative strategies. Never mind that none of her ideas ever got implemented. The breaking point came at their 35th anniversary party. The entire extended family packed into this fancy restaurant. Conversation flowed, laughter filled the air, and Vanessa held court at the center. I waited for a lull and spoke up. Told them I'd mapped out a plan to save them thousands by streamlining their supply chain. I had spreadsheets, projections, everything ready. Dad barely glanced up. Mom waved her hand dismissively. "Let's not bore everyone with numbers tonight, sweetie." Then she immediately asked Vanessa about her summer sale idea. The same concept she'd mentioned 3 times and never followed through on. I felt my face flush, but swallowed it. Then Dad stood up, wine glass raised, ready to give a toast. The table quieted. He looked around, his gaze landing on me. Last 35 years of marriage, and honestly, we wish Vanessa was our only child. The silence was suffocating. Forks stopped moving. Vanessa's smirk spread slowly across her face. Mom took a calm sip of wine, completely unbothered. I didn't cry, didn't make a scene. I grabbed my purse, pushed back my chair, and walked out into the cold Chicago night without a word. The next morning, I opened the family group chat and typed, "I'm done helping with the store. No more money, no more advice. Good luck." My phone exploded. Dad called 11 times before noon. Mom sent guilt-tripping emails about family loyalty. Vanessa texted, "Stop being dramatic." I blocked them all. Within weeks, the consequences started showing. Without my $600 monthly payments, supplier bills went unpaid. Companies that had been patient because of my negotiations suddenly cut them off. Without my guidance, they made terrible decisions, bleeding money on inventory that didn't sell. Then the tax audit hit. The IRS came down with $30,000 in penalties. The exact issue I'd been warning them about for 3 years. The store closed 4 months after that dinner. All 3 locations shuttered. They lost the house shortly after, forced into a cramped apartment. Vanessa's pitch to investors about expanding? Dead once word got out the original stores had failed. My grandfather in Florida heard everything through a cousin. He called me down for a visit. Over coffee on his porch, I told him the whole story. The years of being ignored, the anniversary dinner, Dad's toast, how they'd built everything on my unpaid labor while crediting Vanessa. Grandpa went quiet, staring at the ocean. Then he picked up his phone and called his attorney right there. 6 months after that dinner, I'm sitting in my new apartment as a senior financial manager with a major tech contract when my phone rings. Grandpa passed away last week, and his will left me everything. 4 rental properties, 80 acres of land, and his entire investment portfolio, while explicitly cutting out Vanessa, Mom, and Dad with a single line that read, "They made their choice." They finally got exactly what Dad toasted to that night.